Great. Java for Android dev, Python, data science, AIML, absolutely. CPP, yeah, JavaScript, web development. Wow, okay, so you guys do know some basics. Amazing. Anyone else? Just spam in the chat box, guys.
Okay, thank you, Prathamesh. Am I audible, Prathamesh?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So good evening, and you all had like we had given us you all information about Hacktober Fest, but today we will explore more into it. Okay. So I would like to introduce our guest speakers for today. Rehan and Abhishek. They both were alumni of MESCO and are currently working as software engineers. They have strong DSA and web development skills and have had 6 months of internship experiences. So let's welcome Rehan and Abhishek, and I hand over to you, Abhishek.
Yeah, thank you, Pushkar. So, hey, hi guys. I hope all of you are doing well. And thank you, first of all, for joining this session. And I hope like today's session will be an informative and interactive for all of you. So, before beginning our session, please feel free to ask any kind of query that you'll have throughout the session, and we'll try to answer them. So, good evening, all of you. We'll be beginning our session. Rihan, can you share the first slide?
Yeah, sharing. Okay, so can you see the screen?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you all know, today we have this session specially for Hacktoberfest. So just I'll give a brief overview about what is Hacktoberfest and why should we participate in it. So Hacktoberfest is a kind of challenge that is organized all over the world. It's an event where, all developers participate and try to contribute to the repositories. But now what I mean by repositories, this might be a new term for all of you, or some might even know. This is something related to GitHub that we use. So basically what happens in this event is that developers can contribute to others projects by a term called as pull request. Now, some of you might not understand this term, but as we go further into the session, you will get to know it. Okay. So basically it's a simple fest where developers contribute to the repositories, and in return, even they get to know much about, codes, projects of what others have done. So yeah, next slide, Rehan. So this will be our today's agenda, that we'll get to know what Hacktober is, what Git is, why we are learning GitHub, because if you are participating in Hacktoberfest, it's obvious that you all should know Git and GitHub, how to contribute to the projects and repositories. So as we go into the session, we'll be explaining you all of these terms. And we'll be also telling you how are we going to working with Git, how we'll collaborate with GitHub, and then what are the steps to participate in the Hacktoberfest. Rehan, over to you.
Okay. So what is Hacktober? Uh, as Abhishek has explained you what is Hacktober and what is GitHub. So Hacktober and GitHub go hand in hand. So before going to Hacktober, I would just like to elaborate on Git. So what is Git? So many of you might be working on different projects, might be even coding your college assignments. So that that work that you do is individual, right? So how do you actually collaborate with, let's say, two people? Let's say if I write some code and Abhishek wants it. So what do? I send him over WhatsApp, or I send him a zip file, maybe, right, by email. So that's not how you do in the corporate world, right? Because there are so many teams, there are so many people. You can't be sending zip files or code on WhatsApp or any other medium. So there was always this need of a central system for managing how different people collaborate together on code. So GitHub comes in place at that point, where you have to manage all your code at one place. Okay, so so you could see, so for starting with Hacktoberfest, all you have to do is contribute to someone else's code. So that code should not be written by you, or that repository should not be owned by you. So you go on the internet, find a repository on GitHub. Repository, in the term, it is a package of code that someone else has written, and you contribute towards it. So what Hacktober tells you is you need to at least contribute 4 times to someone else's code. So that's where open source comes into the picture. So you only need to contribute into a code that you have not written, someone else has written. You need to take a local copy of that into your machine, and you need to modify it, and in return you need to submit it back to the person who has written the code. And then that person will actually verify that is the code that he has written is correct. Is there any error? Can I merge that code with my current code? So that is the entire workflow of how GitHub works, and that's where Hacktoberfest comes into the picture. So all you have to do to participate in Hacktoberfest is go to this website, Hacktoberfest, and here you have to register for this event. So before registering for this event, make sure you have GitHub installed on your system. So for GitHub, you need to go to this website, or you could search any GitHub tutorial you will get on the internet on how to actually install GitHub. So you can actually go to this website, gitscm.com, and click on download, and that will download Git bash for you. Okay. So after you have downloaded GitHub, all you have to do is go to the Hacktoberfest website. You have to register, and you have to provide your GitHub username to them, and all the relevant information that they might ask to you. And then you can actually start contributing to repositories. Now, as you know, you might find difficult to find different repositories that are owned by someone else. So for that, we are making it easier for you. GDSC and Caliber are the two entities who are going to share repositories with you to make it easier for you to not find it on the internet. You're having it at your hands. So you just need to go to, they will be sharing the link of their repositories where you need to actually go and take their code. Okay, so I'll be explaining you how to do that. So this is something where this is a example of a repository, and this is hosted on the web. This is hosted on a GitHub account of Joint Caliber, and this is the kind of code they have. So let's say I want to actually use this code or modify it, and submit a pull request to them. So I will just go in this code and I will see what it is. So this is basically a code to count number of occurrences. So I could take their code onto my system. I could modify it. I could suggest a better approach to count occurrences in a sorted array. I could do n number of things to this. Okay. So GitHub installation, you guys know now how to do it. You also know how to create a GitHub account, and also you know how to participate in Hacktoberfest. Okay, great. So now let's go deeper into Git. So as I told you, why was Git introduced? It was introduced to actually collaborate, and actually many people, they wanted to, when they want to contribute together, they come on Git and they manage their code. So these are all the commands that Git uses. So git init, git add, commit, push, pull, checkout. So these are the basic commands that you will have to know if you have to use git in this Hacktoberfest journey. So I will be showing you a demo of how we are going to use this. Okay, so assuming that you all have created your GitHub accounts, so all you need to go is a link that we will be sharing to. So this is a repository. So this repository is owned by Join Caliber. So all you have to do is now you have to take a local copy of this repository in your own machine. So how will you do that? There is a button called fork over here. Okay, so when you go to that repository, there will be a button called fork. You have to press that. So what will fork do? Fork will take this repository from Join Caliber and it will create a local copy of that in your GitHub account. So I'm going to click on fork. So it says create a new fork. Okay, so this is my GitHub account and this is a repository name. Great. So it says copy the main branch only. Okay, great. So now I'm creating a fork in my repository, right? So now you can see that this is my repository. This is the GitHub session that was there in originally in Join Caliber's repository. I've brought it to my repository. So let's assume like Join Caliber was my friend and I wanted to alter his code. So I just took a fork from my friend and now I have my friend's code. Okay, so now this code is on GitHub, right? It's not on my local machine. So for taking it into my local machine, I will have to now starts the main part of GitHub. How do you take this code into your local machine, right? You cannot, again, we are not going to do, we are not going to download zip or we are not going to share it anywhere. We have to use GitHub commands. We are developers. We have to use what developers have made for us, that is GitHub. So here you need to click on code and here we will find this is the link of that repository. So I will just copy this link. Okay, so how do I take this into my local machine? So there is a command called as git clone. So these are the commands that you need to know very well, and by using it again and again, I'm sure you will get hold of it. So I will go to my local system and I will create, okay, so there is a folder over here. Okay, so I will just open this in a command prompt. Okay, so git is all about your command prompt. So now I will be taking a local copy to that. So I will just type git clone and this, the link that I had copied. Okay, so now I've got a local copy of that into my machine. As you can see over here, that GitHub session has been appeared. So now I'm just going to go inside that and open this in VS Code so that we can see and we can alter the code. So just going into VS Code. Okay, yeah. So this is the code that we initially saw on this website over here. Now it's on our local machine. Now we can do anything we want, right? So any doubts still here? Then I need to continue further. In the chat, you can, any doubts still here? Come on, guys. Yes, no, something. Okay, no. Okay, Aman says all good. Okay. Okay, great. Okay. If you have any kind of doubt, you could tell it openly. And no doubt is silly. Okay, so he says why we do this process. Okay, so this process is the, why do you write like why do you write in C++? Why do you always write header files hash include iostream? Why why we do that process, right? That is something they have defined for us. We have to follow that. So that is something for us we have to follow. They have given us the documentation, they have given us the commands. So that is why we will have to use their commands. Okay, we can directly copy code from this web. Yeah, you can, but how you will send that person? Let's say if I go back to my VS Code, let's say I want to perform some operation over here. Will I again, after performing this operation, will I again send my friend the code? Right? I cannot do that, right? So I need a central place where I could just have one command and this code goes to him. And let's say 3 more friends come together to do this. They cannot send code each to each other, right? They cannot come to my system and copy code, right? They will have to take that code from somewhere central. So that is where we use GitHub and Git. Okay. Okay, cool. So let's continue. Okay. Thank you, Mahesh.
Any more doubts?
Yeah, any more doubts then please. Okay. Okay, we want to blame someone. Right. So you know who is adding that code when you use GitHub. Let's say I add 5 lines over here that are buggy and I send to 10 of my friends. No one would ever know who added that. So that's a great point, that we know who added that code, right? So tomorrow if this code breaks, we know whom to blame. Right. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so let's say I want to do some minor modifications in this code and send back the code to my friend. Yeah. So I'm not doing any logical alterations over here because this session is about GitHub and not about C++. So I'm just going to basically change the format in the array. Let's say I don't want my array to have these numbers, or let's say I want some more numbers. Like let's say more 9, more 9, then 10, then 11, then again 11. Okay. So I just want to instead of occurrences of 2, I just want to check the occurrences of 11. Okay. And I will save this and I will run and see it from my end if it's running. Okay, so it says occurrences are 2. So that is correct. Okay, so now I am personally satisfied that I can send this code to my friend. Yeah. So how do I do that, right? And all I've done till now is use the command called as git clone. Now we need to use some further commands to send this back to my friend. Yeah. So since you have modified this, now there have been changes. Okay. So one more concept that brings into this picture is GitHub is not just one platform. It comprises of 3 different directories or 3 different areas. So currently the change I've made it in my working directory. So only my local knows what the changes are. Now I need to tell Git that I have made these changes. So all I will do is I will use a git add command to tell Git that, hey Git, see, these are my changes and I want you to keep it with you. So there is also a shortcut in VS Code over here, you can see. So here you could see what are the changes, what files are changed. So here you can see the count occurrences file has changed. And if you double click on that, it also gives you a wonderful view saying what exactly lines have changed. So it says that line number 16 and line number 18 have changed. Okay, great. So again, it's in the working directory. Now we got to put it in the staging area. Okay, so we will use the command git add for that. Okay, so all we will do is git add. And what does git add do? If we use a dot over here, it will add all the files into the staging area. But which file have we altered? We have only altered this count occurrences.cpp. This .exe file, I don't know from where it came, but we have not altered it. So we do not want that file to go into our staging area. So we will only add count occurrences.cpp. The spelling is right. Yeah. Okay. So now, as you can see, this thing has refreshed. The count occurrences was earlier in the changes. Now it has went into the staged area. So it means that our add command has worked successfully. There is also a git command to check that. You could actually do it with git status. When you do git status, it will show you what all changes have been made. So here you could see that modified count occurrences.cpp, and these are the untracked files. Exe we have not added. So the ones in green are the ones in the staging area. The ones in red are the ones that are not in staging area. So over here we can also see in our command line view, and on the left side we can see it on the graphical interface view. Okay, so again coming back to this, it was in our working directory. We added it into the staging area. Great. Now we have to add it into the repository area. What is the command used for that? It is git commit. So we will use git commit. Okay, so while I'm committing this, I also want my friend to know exactly what changes I have made, because he might have to go through this code and see line by line what changes I have made. So it would be better if I leave a message for him, right? So I will use git commit with a message, and the syntax is git commit -m. And over here you can actually type a message for him that what you have changed. So here you can say that, hey, I changed the array to more values, or to more. Okay, I've changed the array to more values, and I have modified the x variable. Modified the x variable. This is the commit message that I put for him. So he might as well know that what is actually the major part of the change. So I press enter, and now my file has been added into the repository area. So now, as you can see on the left hand side, the count occurrences.cpp has vanished. Okay, it's not there. Now the local part of it I have completed. All right now I had no connection to the internet, or uh, no connection to this repository. All I was doing is on command line. All I was doing is without an internet connection, or without any connection to the this www.github.com. I was only doing it on my git command line. Now we need to send this to this repository, or we need to actually tell this, hey, I've made some changes, I want you to reflect it. Okay, so how do we do that? So the command for that is git push. So we will use git and push, and just by pressing an enter, this changes will get reflected into this repository. So here I press enter, and here you can see that GitHub has connected with my repository called as github.com Rehan and the GitHub session, and it has pushed the main branch into the repository that was online. Okay, so now I will go here. I will go into my repository, and now I will see changed the array to more values and modified the x variable. So what I had written on the command line is now over here. So now I can actually track what all changes I've done. Let's say I make 10 more changes, and let's say my 10th change is buggy. So I can move back to the 9th change because of GitHub. So here you could see there were 3 commits. So these are the commits by my friend, and this is the commit by me. So let's say I find now that, oh, my commit is not great. So I also have an option to remove this. So that's where GitHub helps you. Let's say you're working on your assignments and you find that somewhere you have messed it up. So you want to go back to a point where it was actually working. So you could actually just roll back to a commit, add files via upload. You could just go back. You could just say, hey, I don't want this commit at all. I just want to get rid of the changes that I made in this commit. So that is also a good use case of Git. Okay, so now the changes are on my local repository, right? This is my repository, Rehan. So this is still not gone to join caliber, because this is my local copy of join caliber. So now all I have to do is sent a pull request to join Caliber, because I want join Caliber to update his code, right? Because I want my friend to update his code. I made the changes, right? I pushed it to my I pushed it to my local GitHub account, right? Now I want join Caliber to know, hey, I've made these changes. So now there is an option of contribute over here. So you're gonna click over here and say open pull request. So this will notify join Caliber that, hey, so these are the changes that Rehan wants to merge with you. So I will click on open pull request. Okay, so now it says yes, these changes are can be merged. Sometimes it says merge conflicts. Okay, so that is a point I don't want you all to look. That we'll be discussing in some later sessions on how to solve merge conflicts and all. So it says it is able to merge, and it also says that this is the uh, point of commit message that I can also alter it over here. Let's say this is a really big message, right? So I could just say it in starts like made some changes, like, or let's say array changed. I could change it over here. I could leave a comment. I could say, hey, I have modified the array and its occurrences, something like that. So these all are actually to describe your changes better, so the developer knows what you are doing it. This is your friend, right? But let's say as Hacktoberfest we are doing, right? That friend will be us. So you will be sending pull request to us. So we should know, right, what changes you have done, what exactly you have done. So you need to actually have a good. This is a good coding practice to actually give good comments everywhere of your part of your code. So here you will be creating this pull request. So what this does is this tells join Caliber that, hey, Rehan wants to merge this into you. So this is your pull request has been created, right? So 80% part of your Hacktoberfest is done. 20% is not in your hand. That's in our hand. We will merge it if we find it good enough. Like if you have done something that is not worthy enough, let's say modifying array is actually not worthy enough. So I could actually reject this change. I would say, hey, that is no value to me. Modification in array is not a good uh, let's say like not a good practice, or whatever you could say, that it is not something meaningful to me. So I could reject this on join Caliber. But now you have opened this pull request, your part is done. Now you need to wait till this owner of this repository join Caliber accepts it. So I will just show you the repository view of join Caliber, how it sees. So this is join Caliber's official account. So I will just refresh this, and here you can see pull request and this icon of one. So this is that join Caliber's view. Okay, this is not your view. You cannot see this. When you send this pull request, this is all in your control. Okay, so this account is not in your control. This is in our control. So we will go to pull request, and here he can see that there is someone who has submitted this change. So join Caliber will go over here, and you will see what actually are the changes. So these are the part they will verify, like we will do it for you. So we will verify what exactly changes have you done. So your GitHub tells us very nicely that, look, hey, that line number 17 was this, uh, so it was changed over here. More numbers have been added. Okay, great. This X has been changed. Okay, great. So if I find it satisfying enough, I will merge this. So when I click on merge, this thing will get added to my code. Wait, let me just show you that too. Initially, here you can see when you go to count occurrences, those changes are not there. Why? Because this is join Caliber's code, right? This is not Rehan's code. So when you actually merge this pull request, only then will these changes appear into join Caliber's repository. So you go back. So let's say join Caliber merges your pull request. Okay, merge it, confirm. So this is called as merging a pull request, and this is a successful Hacktoberfest journey. So now when I go back to code and go back to count occurrences, I could see that these all changes are now reflected in join Caliber's account, which were initially in Rehan's account. So Rehan's pull request has been merged by join Caliber. So this is a complete process of submitting a pull request. So you could celebrate after this if your one pull request is merged, but don't celebrate enough because there are more remaining. So you have to do this process 4 times. You will have to submit 4 different pull requests to any repository, not compulsory that it has to be this repository, but at least 4 times your code has to be merged by someone else. So that was all the journey that you will have to follow when you log into Hacktoberfest, and when 1st October starts, you could you could look in this repository. There will be many others. Like we are going to keep it easy for you. So here we are going to have folders of arrays, strings, let's say trees and graphs. So anything that you might know, you can just write a code of that, and you can push it into your repository and then open a pull request to this repository, just like I've shown. So it will be very easier for you to contribute to this, and it might be very handy because we are not going to give you this kind of code, right, where you have to do some modifications in the code. We're just asking you, take a fork, get it into your local machine, get it into your local machine, and then you can just add a folder. Let's say you want to contribute a count occurrences of string. Let's say that is something you want to contribute to this repository. So you will say count occurrences string dot cpp, and here you will write the code for that. You will write some code, then again you will perform this operations, git add, then git commit, then git push. So that will push it to your local repo, to your to Rehan's repository. So after that, you will open a pull request, ask join Caliber to merge your code. Then join Caliber will come on his account and merge your pull request. So that is a complete flow of how you have to follow. So you only need to do it to the till the part where you need to submit a pull request. That's all in your hand. Merging is all in our hand. So yeah, okay. So yeah, so that's all, I guess. So you all need to just clone. Again, I'm just repeating you so you are better aware of it. Again, I'm just giving you a short revision of it. So what you all will do first is go to join Caliber GitHub session. You will fork. Okay, so this is the button of fork. You will fork. So that will create a local copy of that in your GitHub account. Then you will go over here. You will copy this. You will go back to your terminal. You will create a new folder somewhere, and you will type this command git clone and the name of the URL. So that will create a local copy of the code in your system. Okay, so open this on VS Code or any editor you want. Open it, make changes, add files, whatever you find meaningful you could do. Then you need to do the 3 staging areas that I've told. First do git add dot, or git add the file name, then git commit and the message that you will be putting, and then git push. So that will add the code into this. Okay, so that will add the code over here. So you need to now tell join Caliber that, hey, I've made these changes, please accept it. So here there will be a button. Now it is disabled because there is no changes. So you have to just press this button, open pull request, and the dialog box will come. You have to just select create merge, create pull request. That's it. So this was the complete process, the complete revision I've given you. So yeah, so we are done over here. So yeah, guys, any more questions?
Any questions, guys? If
Okay,
you
if
all want,
someone
we
else,
can again, revise the topics that we have, explained to you. There's
yeah,
no
yeah, if any
problem.
part, yeah. So if someone else contributes after us, will it still count? Yes, yes. So it's all about who. It's not a race. Again, telling you, GitHub contribution is not a race. When you are working on a project, you're working with 10 people. If first person sends a pull request, then the second person sends, then the third person sends, everyone's pull request will get counted. No one will be left. So there is no kind of problem if someone else does it before or someone else does it after. So that's all GitHub is about. You could contribute at any point of time you want. Any more questions, guys? And the topic is clear, right? Anything you want me to repeat? You want one more revision?
Can we take them, Rehan, can we take them through the Hacktober website about how they can initially register?
Okay, that is actually something I didn't try this year's Oktoberfest website. So
I
here you,
guess, yeah, we have to start from start hacking.
yeah, okay.
I
So
mean, we could
start
tell them
hacking.
what all options they can select while they are registering for it.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay, so you click on start hacking, then GitLab is something like GitHub, but since we are using GitHub, we go over here, we initiate this. Okay. Okay, so since my GitHub account was already logged in, it uh, took it into consideration. So I didn't need to log. Okay. So it says my name, my email. Okay. How will you be participating? Okay, I am a contributor, right? Join Caliber is a maintainer. No, I'm not a maintainer. So what is experience level? Okay, I'm familiar. I'm still not experienced. So how would you like to contribute? So I would like to contribute code. Okay. So yeah, these all things, I guess everyone has their personal things. You could just type something. Okay, you have to acknowledge this. Okay. Okay, so here my account is created, and here you can see that 0 out of 4. Okay, so whenever you do this after 1st October, and let's say your first pull request that you had initiated get merged, so this will change to 1. You do one more, this will change to 2, and so forth. It will change to 4, and when it changes to 4, here you will have a congratulations message and all, that you have successfully completed Hacktoberfest, and yeah, your goodies will be delivered to you. So you get a Hacktoberfest t-shirt with you. So yeah, everyone who does 4 out of 4 gets a Hacktoberfest t-shirt. So it is a good thing to do, because yeah, at least for t-shirts you guys should do this, if not for information. Yeah, so you need to participate in this. Okay, so here it says Hacktoberfest has not yet begun. Hold off for those. Okay, yeah. So on 1st October this will start. So from 1st October, GDSC will be sharing you the link of repositories. uh, there you have to give a pull request. So don't do it now. You can create a GitHub account now. You can go and create a Hacktoberfest account now, but not a pull request now. You can you can actually practice on your own. Yeah, but it won't be counted into Hacktoberfest. That's it. Yeah. Okay, guys. Any more questions? Okay. How many times can we try to contribute? Is there a limit? Yeah. As I just said, that for this page, you could see 0 out of 4. So there is no limit actually. You could contribute 1,000, but this will only going to consider 4. So you do 4, then your Hacktoberfest is complete. And after that, how many pull requests you got to do? It's upon you. You can contribute to some open source repositories. let's say React.js. Many of you might have done it, right? React.js is an open source repository, so you can actually go to their code, clone it, suggest them some changes, and push it. And when it gets merged, you can proudly say I'm a React.js contributor. So that is what open source is about. So there is no limit on it. You could do as many times as you like. You could even do it today. No, there is it won't, it won't count in Hacktoberfest. Otherwise there is no issue.
Any more questions?
Come on guys, feel free. If you're not understood something also, you can say.
Yeah, don't be shy. You can ask anything, any question that you have.
Okay, so just reply how was the GitHub session. Yes, no, you liked it. At least that. Yeah. Okay. So tell me how many of you will be doing this Hacktoberfest? All those in the meeting. Will you all be participating? Okay, great. Great, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, great. And it's not about participating, it's also important because GitHub is a concept that are asked in interviews. So we in our final year we did face many interviewers which asked us GitHub. And it is a basic skill that every developer must know. So it is very important for you all to at least start your GitHub journey with Hacktoberfest. You could go to YouTube, you could search for GitHub tutorials, you could learn, you could try to generate your own PRs. You could try to push it to your friend or someone. You could practice on your own. So that's how you learn. Okay, so Hacktoberfest is a reason for starting you, but you should not stop after that. You all have to continue this contributing to GitHub. So anytime you are having a project with your friends, you have to use GitHub. No excuses. GitHub is the thing you have to always use for collaborating with your friends. So that's what will make you to improve your GitHub skills.
If you all have doubts, not only regarding GitHub, but any other things
Yeah, any
related
other.
to coding or something related to our field, feel free to ask.
Yeah.
Guys, come on.
Anything, yeah, anything. Everyone might have any question, any silly question, no issue. Okay, what is time limit? Okay, good question. Okay, so you have to do this between 1st to 31st October only. So it will count only till between 1st to 31st. The four pull requests that I was talking about. So you could also do it before that, after that, but it's not going to count. So you have to make sure that you do four pull requests in this time frame. And also there is a shortage of shirts with them. So it's not everyone get Hacktoberfest t-shirts. So only the ones who do it like they have some kind of limit, like let's say 10 lakh or 20 lakh, some kind of limit. So whoever are the first 10 lakh contributors, only they will get the shirt. So let's say someone who does it on the 31st October, he cannot like expect a shirt from them delivered because they might be out of that limit, because you could be the 10th lakh contributor till then. So better earlier the better. So do it in the start it in the first week, complete it by the second week, and you should be in a good seat to secure your shirts. Okay, all contributions can be in same programming language. No, anything. You could use any programming language. So when we will be opening repositories, we will not specify any language. We will just specify arrays, a folder of arrays. you could upload any kind of array question, any kind of in any language. So there is no limitation to that. You could even upload your college assignments. There is no limitation to that. Okay, so I guess this is it. So uh, okay, so the next part, I would like to tell you about Caliber. So Caliber is the sponsor of this event. So just a brief introduction on what is Caliber. So is Ashish sir in this meeting? I just let me check. Okay, okay, he's not. Okay, so okay, so I will just give you a brief introduction on to what is Caliber. So Caliber is a growth platform for students where you, just like LinkedIn, you can create a profile, you can add your skills, you can add your work experience and all, and you will be given insights based on that. So it's better if I show you the website itself. So okay, so this is my Caliber website. Okay, so here it is, my name, the email, location. Okay, and let's say this is my about section. I add something over here. Let me add some valid thing. Hi, I am a developer. I save this. Okay, so I could add my education, I could add my work experience, my skills, and Caliber gives you insights based on what you add. So this will generate a Caliber score for you, saying how employable are you. So you need to actually work on skills that make you more employable, right? You cannot be going and learning COBOL or Fortran, these kind of languages that have no relevance in the market. You have to learn Java, you have to learn um, whatever the next language are coming, like Python and all. So these all languages will get a greater impact on your resume. And also here you could add your achievements, your projects, whatever projects you've worked on. So that will generate a Caliber score for you. So when you come over here, this will, okay, it's loading. Okay, something screwed up over here. Okay, okay, so here you get a employability score, like what is your score out of 100, like that. With this resume you are bound to get selected. So as and when you keep on adding skills, this employability score will change. Let's say you add a skill, HTML over here, and someone adds React. Okay, so HTML will have a less employable score than what React will have. Okay, because React is something that the market demands. So obviously React will have a more good impact on your resume. Let me just reload this page.
Maybe the server is down, Rehan.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, here it is. Okay, great. So this is your employability score. So based on my profile that I currently showed you, my employability score is 51%. So I need to improve this, right? So what all things I need to learn, what all things I need to gear up for to get a better placement, to get a good job. So these are all the things that Caliber will help you with. So all you need to do is keep improving your skills, keep adding more skills, and keep generating more market demanding skills. So you get a better employability score, and you are most likely employable. And you also have other sections as to take assessments. So you can actually take assessments to improve your score, your Caliber score. So if you click on get certified, this will open a test for you, which I'm not going to give now. So this, you can attempt the tests, which will add a symbol of verified in front of your skill. So if you add bootstrap as a skill, you will be verified, and a verified skill has a more better employability score than a non-verified skill. So that will give you a verified tag. And here, these all things have been worked upon. So these are all the company informations that uh, what all companies actually come onto campus in colleges like Mescoe and similar colleges. So here you can actually go through all the companies and their details as to which industry they are, where are they headquartered, and all the details. And these all part we are working on, that the aptitude, the coding round, the technical round. So here we'll be giving you exact information on what rounds each company has, and there will be a further tab saying what all questions these companies ask. So it will be very helpful for you all to prepare for your placements. So yeah, so these are all the companies. Which company you target, you could just go into that, look at what are their details, for what they hire, what technology stack they use. You could prepare accordingly. Okay, and then there is a section of jobs. Okay, so this is something not done yet, but jobs will have all the off-campus openings for you. So let's say a company that does not visit Mescoe comes into Mescoe. That is not visiting Mescoe hires from, uh, let's say, all over India. We will be having a card over here, so you can apply. So you don't need to scan 10 and 100 different websites or YouTube channels to know which company is hiring. So here we'll be adding those. And then you could actually track your application status, because once you're in the placement journey, you are always not sure which company you applied, or sometimes there are 2 companies, 3 companies you are currently interviewing with. So here you could actually track where you are. Here you could actually put a card saying that, hey, I've applied over here, I've got shortlisted over here. You could move cards. So this is a uh, customizable area for you, where you could actually swipe between which company and where you are. So it becomes easier for you to manage. And we've been partnering up with different uh, colleges to actually develop this and take the entire placement scenario online. So just like you, let's say a company in Mesco you visit, so there will be a card of apply, and your you will have that section which says that, hey, you applied to this company. So everything will be so easy for you to manage. So this is all about Caliber. Yeah, this is a section of download resume. So based on the inputs that you've put, you can also download a pre-generated resume for yourself. So it makes your uh, placement journey easier. Everything at one place, and it will really help you. So if whenever you guys are free, just visit this website, join caliber.io, and you can explore Caliber more. It's still in the development phase, but yeah, it will keep on improving. And we are also looking at uh, doing courses for you all. That is Caliber Pro, you could say, Caliber trainings that will actually help you all in your placement journey, and those are going to be free courses for you, at least for the start. So in the next session, wherever GDSC plans for a next session, we will be sharing more information on that, about the courses. So, and those courses will be purely placement oriented, because we have gone through the placement process of Mesco. We have sat to 10 plus companies, and we know which company asks what kind of questions, and we will train you according to that. So if you get hold of that, do attend our sessions. We will be covering aptitude, we'll be covering data structures, we'll be covering Java, C++, the major topics that are asked by companies. Yeah, so this is all about Caliber. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we are done with it. Prathamesh, you
Uh,
can take over. Yeah,
Rehan,
Abhishek. Yeah.
Ashish will be joining soon in 2 to 5 minutes, so we can wait for him.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So till that, let's take questions.
yeah, we can go for questions,
Yeah, guys. Any
guys.
questions related to placement preparation, related
Yeah,
to any kind of difficulties you're facing in your engineering journey? Because we all have been through the 4 years that you are through, so we know some things that you can definitely take something from us. Okay. How to find internships? Okay. So this is great question actually, because we faced the same problem in our third year, right? There were no companies visiting MESCOE for internship specifically. So off campus is the only way we can do this. So you have to search on LinkedIn, you have to message people on LinkedIn. You have to look for some kind of, there are many kind of Telegram channels, I guess, who actually give this information if there is any internship anywhere. So that is a major source. So it's all about connections. You have to go on LinkedIn, you have to ping other people. Firstly, yeah, before pinging, you have to check if there is an internship opening, right? So first visit the career page of different companies and check if they are hiring, and uh, take that link and just send it to the employees of that company. Ask them for referrals, or you could directly apply. So the major problem we faced during our days was we were not able to get links, right? Which company is hiring, when does it hire? We even don't know if that company comes and goes away. So you all need to be active on LinkedIn, subscribe to some Telegram channels to get to know this better, which where there are internships and where there are not. Yeah. So it's actually tough to find internships, but yeah, if you follow these all things, you will definitely land one. And also, we are going to present you an opportunity to intern at Caliber. So we will be having some repositories in Joint Caliber as a hackathon. So we will be giving you some problem statements. Let's say example like create a web page that is used for e-commerce store, a basic example. And you have to actually make a project on that, and you have to push it into that repository, that specific repository. And whoever has the best project will be given an opportunity to interview at Caliber, not intern exactly, interview. And if he passes in the interview, we will take them as interns at Caliber. Yeah, welcome. Has he joined, Abhishek?
Yeah, he's joining. He's facing an issue while joining. I am trying to resolve it.
Okay, okay. Guys, any more questions? Okay, not my company. It's not my company. I actually interned at Caliber in my like we all, Abhishek, me, we just interned at Caliber when we were in Mescoe. So we were almost 8 months interning into Caliber. So we know most of all what it is. So it's not our company. There is someone going to join soon. So it's his company. We are just showing on his behalf. We are just volunteering, you could say.
Any other questions?
Let me just stop sharing the screen. Guys, any other questions? Okay, so till then, just a basic advice for you. So since you guys are in second and third year, I would recommend you all to start doing aptitude practice, then create some projects. So it is important to have some projects on your resume, uh, and don't go all doing 5 projects, which makes no sense. Do 2 group projects that are really good. So focus on quality more than quantity. Then prepare on topics like data structure. Data structure is very much important if you want to land a high paying job. And then focus on your operating system and computer networks. So these both are the topics that companies do ask. Yeah.
And to add to what just Rehan said, that you all can make projects, just see, we have seen students who make projects, but they don't actually try to understand the project, how it's working, what are the components used for, because that's what interviewers see while they are interviewing all of you. So even if you make a small project, it's okay, but you all should know each and every part in it, how each and every part works, communicates with each other. That is how you all should try to do the project. Don't look at how big or how attractive the project is. Just try to see that whatever project you are doing, you know it throughout. So that would be our advice to all of you, to go, go and do the projects.
Yes. Is he joined, Abhishek?
um, 1 minute. Yeah. So guys, so Ashish has joined. So he's our mentor and guide whom we have worked with. So he'll be giving you a further information about what he has learned and what experience he has.
Yeah, so he's the founder of Caliber and he'll be sharing some things with you. Ashish, you can continue.
Ashish, is our voice audible to you? We'll wait for a minute.
No, Ashish, we cannot hear you.
Okay, okay. Pushkar or Prathamesh, you all can, give access for enabling the mic.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about
Yeah,
that.
go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to everyone, for joining in our session. We're really excited to partner up, with your group to really provide an opportunity, to be part of Caliber. And as the team has, I'm pretty sure, walked you through, what we do and all. I just wanted to give you a high-level spiel as to the vision that we started off with and what is it that we're trying to do. Right? We started this journey during the pandemic because really we wanted a way to figure out how we can help students really enhance their career opportunities. If you really look at it, it's a very competitive world, and most students are, usually lost as to how they need to proceed forward to land in their dream job. And our whole perspective is that, we want to help, students um, make sure that their career journey is done in a manner that is, optimized, and, it's really one that enhances the whole experience end to end. So one of the part of the social experiment that we did was we wanted this, because our product is for students, we wanted to develop it by students as well, because there's no better people than students, who understand the consumer, because the consumer is all of you, right? So that's the experiment that we started off with almost a year ago, and it's been extremely successful. We are very excited to, extend other opportunities to work on the product, and we are hoping that a lot of you will be interested in joining our journey. And in this Hacktober aspect, I think it will be really exciting to get new talent and see, how from each of your prisms, how do you guys look at this whole equation, and what is it that you feel that you can work on that can enhance our services to students and our product not better, right? And the way we operate in anything that we do is we generally believe in empowerment. So we are not a hierarchical based organization. On any work we do, even when we support competitions and projects and everything in, we do it in a manner that is very conducive to a learning perspective. So we have our senior team members who are always there, willing to help, do this forward, like take everybody's journey forward. And then we try and look at it beyond development, right? We look at it as to giving everybody a good insight as to all the aspects of our, business model and things like that, so that you really understand what does it take, to make a product. What does it take to be an entrepreneur and all. So we generally touch base by giving, each of the people who are involved a little glimpse of, what all goes into, from ideation to execution. So in a high level spiel, that's what it is. And we have, recently we are working on our Caliber Pro, which we will talk more in detail. And that is going to be really, once you identify what are the gaps that, a student might have in trying to reach his dream goal, how do we help that student get to that goal, right? And that could be in terms of training, it could be in terms of mentorship, it could be, the areas where the student feels that they are not fully confident, and how can we come up with programs which can entice and help fill the gap. So, long story short, that's what we are trying to do. We're really trying to provide value proposition for students so that they can pursue their dream jobs. And we, as Caliber, would like to assist them and ensure that the whole experience doesn't have to be scary. It's a lot more smooth and a lot more insightful for every student, that is on our platform.
Yes, that was great, Ashish, from your side. Thank you very much for being here.
Cool. Any questions or comments that people have? Or are we doing that in the last, is it?
Yeah, yeah. You can ask questions, but they are not mic enabled, so they can type it in chat. Guys, so any
Okay.
questions, please type it in chat.
All right. So I think, anytime that you guys have questions, and that could be beyond this session also, do not hesitate. They'll drop in my contact details into the chat, and I'm more than happy to engage, in conversation with anyone and everyone, so that, whatever doubts that you might have, uh, or you might just have ideas, you just want to be ambassadors to Caliber, we are more than happy to, accommodate, in the different roles that, sometimes it could be, outside the box thinking as well. So we can figure those out and see how best, we can have a win-win situation for both us as Caliber, and as well as, each individual who wants to be part of this journey. Okay.
Yes, sure.
All right. I'm gonna mute myself and be
Yeah.
off. You guys need me, just holler. Okay. Thanks
Yes.
everyone for the
Yeah,
opportunity
thank you,
to
Ashish.
talk to you guys. Okay.
Thank
All
you,
Yeah.
right.
Thank
Ashish
you.
sir, for taking time off your busy schedule. It was
Oh,
really
no, no,
great
no
to
worries.
have you. The
I'm
students
I'm more
got
than happy.
the students were honored to have you, and they got various insightful information about how industry works, and the speaker just gives it and adds a great spice to it. So thank you, sir, for having us.
And it's my pleasure, and hope to, continue this journey with you guys, beyond just this meeting.
Yes,
All right.
yes, sure.
Okay. So guys, as I told you about the courses that we are planning for your placement preparation, I'm just sharing a Telegram channel link to you. So you could just join this, and when we are ready with our courses and with our dates, we will share you the link to that in this Telegram group. So
Yeah, time to
you
time
could,
updates will be given on that group.
yeah.
So please do join, all of you. You all can even forward it to your friends who haven't joined this meeting but would be useful for them.
Yes. Prathamesh, you can take over. Pushkar, Prathamesh.
Okay. So thank you, Rehan, and for providing us insightful information about Hacktoberfest and how to create your first pull request. Okay, and thank you, Abhishek, for guiding us throughout the Hacktoberfest journey. It was pleasure to have you both, and I hope the students also got information and they got the pathway to kickstart their journey in Hacktoberfest. So, guys, just give me a thumbs up if you all enjoyed the event. Okay, we all will participate in Hacktoberfest, right? Great. Okay, so we'll be sharing all the important links and the recording of this session in the WhatsApp group. So, and make sure that you register for the Hacktoberfest because it is going to end tomorrow, the registrations. And then we will have 1 month long to contribute to open source projects. Uh, Abhishek, do you have any more? Like,
No, actually we are done over here. But if like
okay,
students have any doubt, we are good.
yeah. So if students just they can type in the chat box their doubts.
We'll wait for more 5 minutes. If no more doubts, then we can end this session.
Right. Till that, we'll have a small activity. So everyone just open your webcams. On your webcams, we'll take a snapshot.
I guess it's disabled for most of them.
Yeah, right. Just a minute. Okay, so I request everyone to turn on their cameras. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Great. So you can turn off your cameras now.
You need to focus on efficiency first. Like, don't just make minor changes and submit a pull request. You need to give some valuable code. And yeah, so if you are aiming for getting t-shirts, do it earlier the better. The hackathon that we just sorry, I lost connection. Yeah, so for the hackathon, we will be telling out the details. So in that, you have to have good efficiency. And yeah, if you make good projects, you will be given a chance to interview at Caliber.
Yeah. And guys, please, all of you participate in it. I guess
I,
there are no more doubts, Pushkar.
yeah. Once again, I would like to thank Abhishek and Rayan for their presence. Okay, and also Ashish sir. It added great value to our session. Okay, and I'm sure GDSC MESCO's participants will all participate in the Hacktoberfest and make it a huge event. Okay,
Yep.
great.
Thank you,
So
everyone.
Yep. Thank you all of you for being present.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, it was great.
yeah, we'll be sharing all the important links in our WhatsApp group so you can kickstart your journey. Okay, so now the session has been ended. You guys can leave.
Yep.